There are places on Earth so mysterious, so dangerous, and so extraordinarily protected that no traveler, no influencer, and sometimes not even governments themselves are allowed to step foot on them. From islands hiding ancient tribes untouched for 60,000 years, to forbidden military zones, cursed wildlife sanctuaries, and islands that swallow anyone who lands on them. These are not the kind of destinations you'll see on Instagram. Today, we're counting down 10 forbidden islands no one is allowed to visit. And trust me, number 1 is so shocking it barely feels real. Let's begin. 10. Poveglia Island, Italy. Just outside Venice lies an island locales refuse to talk about. Once a quarantine zone during the Black Plague, then a mental asylum. Now, completely sealed off. Fishermen won't go near it. Boats won't anchor. The Italian government has banned all entry. Crumbling corridors knot through a complex of abandoned wards, where ivy swallows brick and the lagoon wind whistles like a warning. By night, the bell tower looms over empty courtyards and brackish water laps at stairs that lead nowhere. Rumors say voices echo across the abandoned buildings. Patients, doctors, victims of the plague. A chorus trapped between history and folklore, whether superstition or something more. The ban remains absolute. 9. Surtsey Island, Iceland. One of Earth's youngest islands, born in the 1960s from fire and sea. And it's forbidden for a different reason, scientific purity. Only a handful of researchers are allowed each year under extreme rules. No seeds, no food scraps, no trace of human presence. Here, a single breadcrumb could alter an ecosystem. A single footprint can skew a decade of data. Winds sculpt black sand into ripples. Seabirds nest on raw lava. And hardy plants wage a slow, silent invasion across cooling rock. Surtsey is Earth's living laboratory, a front row seat to evolution. And humanity watches from the shoreline. 8. North Brother Island, USA. Hidden in New York City's East River, a former quarantine hospital turned ghostly sanctuary. Now completely off limits, the buildings are collapsing and rare birds rule the ruins. Bridges rot into the brush, tile floors buckle under oak roots, and files curl into paper fossils on rusted desks. It's a paradox. A place once dedicated to isolating the sick, now isolated to protect the wild. Even film crews need special permission. Most requests never leave the inbox. On North Brother, silence and birdsong have the final say. 7. Snake Island, Brazil. The island that redefined the word forbidden. Ilha da Queimada Grande is home to thousands of venomous snakes, including the golden lancehead, a viper, so potent locals say its bite can melt flesh. Brazil banned all public visits. Even scientists arrive with military escort and strict protocols. There are no trails, only tangled forest and jagged rock, where the ground itself feels alive and watchful. On Snake Island, the map is not the territory, and one misplaced step can be your last. 6. The Farallon Islands, USA. 30 miles from San Francisco, isolated spires rise from violent water. They're off limits for a chilling reason. The seabed holds tens of thousands of barrels of nuclear waste from the Cold War. Add serrated reefs, crashing swells, and the ocean's most infamous patrol, great white sharks. Fog folds in fast here. Radios crackle, then fall quiet. It's a forbidden zone for humans, and a cautionary footnote written by history. 5. Heard Island, Australia. Between Antarctica and Madagascar, a place almost no one will ever see. Glaciers calve, a volcano smokes, and katabatic winds erase footprints in minutes. Australia bans visits to protect its untouched ecosystem. And because the journey itself is a test of endurance. No harbors, no settlements, just months of isolation in seas that can break steel. Here, nature doesn't just set the rules. It is the rules. 4. Niihau Island, Hawaii. A few miles from Kauai, and worlds away. Privately owned and fiercely protected, Niihau allows only native residents and invited guests. No cars, no stores, no tourists. Language and tradition flow like they did centuries ago, uninterrupted by the noise of the modern world. From neighboring shores you can see its outline. Blue water, red earth, a quiet horizon. And that's as close as most will ever get. It's the Hawaii you cannot book, only honor from afar. 3. Miyakojima, Japan. An inhabited island where the air can turn against you. Sitting atop an active volcano, Miyakojima constantly leaks sulfuric gas. Residents carry gas masks. Sirens warn when levels spike. On some days, schoolyards empty at the sound of an alarm. On others, the wind shifts and life resumes, carefully. Tourists are allowed only under strict conditions, and even then the sky can rewrite the plan in seconds. It's one of the strangest, most perilous places people still call home. 2. Gruinar Island, Scotland. Green, quiet, deceptively calm. In the 1940s, it became a testing ground for anthrax weapons. The contamination was so severe the island was off limits for nearly half a century. Decades later, after decontamination, public access remains tightly restricted, and the island's name still carries a hush. From the mainland, it looks like any other Hebridean dream. But some places wear scars you can't see, and caution lingers longer than memory. 1. North Sentinel Island, India. The most forbidden island on Earth, and perhaps the most untouched. Home to the Sentinelese, a tribe isolated for tens of thousands of years. They reject all contact, firing arrows at boats, drones, even even helicopters. India has sealed the island to protect them. And us, because simple germs could devastate a people with no immunity, and outside influence could erase a world that survived unchanged into the modern age. The reef ring is their wall, the forest their fortress, and the horizon their choice. North Sentinel is a living time capsule, humanity as it once was, choosing to remain unknown. So here's the real question. If you had the chance, with guaranteed safety, which forbidden island would you see with your own eyes? The untouched tribe, the nuclear graveyard, or the island ruled by snakes? Tell me in the comments, because your answer says a lot about the explorer inside you.